Hi there, everyone. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that December's treating you well so far. All right, so I'm here to do a reading for you today with a little bit of a different twist, or a different subject rather. So I've decided to have a look at what December holds for us and what Spirit really wants us to know this December, going into the holidays, going into, for those of you who don't know, the end of this December actually heralds the beginning of the Age of Aquarius. Okay, so we've been hearing about that for the past couple of decades. You all know probably the song The Dawning of the Age of Aquarius. So this is literally, we are going astrologically into the Age of Aquarius as from the end of December now. This is an end of an age, all right? These are the celestial bodies going into a different age, and this is hugely, hugely significant. So I decided to ask, using the goddesses and sirens, which we haven't used for quite a while, and using the gods and titans, I decided to use nice balanced energy here, but also just to say, what do we need to know most importantly right now this month? What do we need to focus on? Maybe what attributes that we need to focus on within ourselves, within the communities around us, whatever the case is. I do personally think that we in a situation where it's got to get worse before it gets better, because people are wanting to stand up for themselves, where they feel like they've been kind of dumbed down for a couple of decades now. Our human rights are being infringed on, and we are finally wanting to stand up and be counted, so to speak. So, for me personally, I think this is long overdue and a very good thing, but it's not going to come easy. All right, so with that being said, I want to ask these two decks today what kind of energies we need to focus on, or embody within ourselves in order to carry us through this period, because we are on the verge of something great, but it's not going to be easy. All right, so that's what I'm focusing on today. I may need to refer to the Gods and Titans book, because you can see this is very new. And unlike this one, which I think was one of the very first decks I ever got, this poor book's even falling apart. So, as you can see, we have worked very hard together, this deck and I. But this one, even though I wanted it for a long time, it took a while for me to get there. So I may refer to this book to see exactly what it says for us. All right. So, I think let's go with the goddesses and sirens first. I'm going to ask what we need to know. What do we need to know in this period of December 2020, when the world is upside down, or seemingly upside down for us? I mean, I think a lot of us understand that things need to be turned upside down every now and then. The world's changing, the ecology is changing, the environment around us is changing, the weather is changing, everything's changing and shifting, and we are creatures of habit to a large extent. So sometimes that is very hard for us to kind of accept or embrace, but that's really what needs to be happening. Okay, we're changing as people, we're changing as nations, and we need to kind of know how to handle this. All right, so this is what I'm asking, is what advice can we get with regards to going into this new age with new ways of thinking, new technology, new mindsets, and what do we need to know about this? All right, so let's see what comes up. What is most important for us to know or do right now, please, as we go into 2021, for this last month of 2020? One part at a time, please. First one is Gaia. How interesting. Okay. Gaia, creation. So this is literally about creation. It's about remembering our connection to the earth. It's remembering that we are part of this earth. All right, we are creatures of Gaia. And we have forgotten that, because we've, got engulfed in this earthly energy. And she is the true earthly energy. She is what we're connected to. She's what we are. She's our essence. And it's a reminder that we're not just physical beings, but we're spiritual beings, and we are very much connected to this planet. It's part of us. Our spirit is connected to the spirit of this planet. And it's our responsibility to feel that connectedness, not only because, we've had so much stuff focusing on Greenpeace and global warming and all of these things, whether you believe that or not. I personally believe that the earth is meant to change. It changes every couple of 1,000 years. It changes every couple of 100 years, every couple of decades, and it's always morphing and changing. And we just happen to be living at a certain time where certain changes are occurring. We've had ice ages and all of this kind of thing, but we get so almost arrogant about how important we are as human beings that we forget that the earth is just doing her thing. And animals die out, people die out. These are natural cycles, and it sounds very harsh, but it is something to be remembered and to be honored. It's very important that we realize that we're part of this bigger picture, and we're part of this bigger organism that we live on, and that she has her cycles too, whether you want to see it as a feminine energy or not. Okay, honor your own cycles too. This is very important, and also create for yourself. Realize that this is the potential and a time where you can potentially create a new version of yourself. You can create a new life for yourself. All right, so look at, what do you want to create? What do you want to bring into this year? Never has anyone had the opportunity to be living at the cusp of the dawn of the Age of Aquarius. People have been dreaming about it and thinking about it for decades. And here you are. Take advantage of it. Do your best. Don't mess it up. Don't throw it away. All right? Make sure that you're creating something. Make sure that it is contributing. Making sure all the time that it is something to honor yourself and your path, your spiritual path on this earth. You're not just here to work, eat, and sleep. Do something very valuable with the time that you have here and what you are potentially going into now, and realize that this is gold. All right. What else do we need to know, please? Oops. I'm not going to take those. One card at a time, please. What else? What other important messages are there for us? Woo! All of them. There we go. Play. All right, this is something human beings seem to have forgotten to do, or how to do. We've forgotten to have fun. We've forgotten to not be so serious. Okay, to embody this essence of play and being light-hearted, joking and having a good time, having that sense of innocence, and just taking time out to do something you enjoy. We've really forgotten how to do this. We take everything seriously. We're offended by everything, which in my personal opinion as well is just a weakness, to be offended by everything. This disempowers you. It's not something we should think is a good trend and something to do. Tolerance, acceptance is what we should be doing. Tolerance of ourselves as well. Okay, and I think tolerance has also been taken to the next level with people being allowed to be offended by everything. This is not the way we should be. We should take things less seriously. We should be accepting of every day as it comes, living in the moment, taking time out to relax, to play, to do things we enjoy, to have fun, to laugh with other people, not at other people, not fighting and pointing out each other's differences and, looking for ways to segregate ourselves. We are so uptight. And this is what this is saying to us. Take time out to be less stuck up and strung out about things. All right, unwind yourself. Don't be so wound up. We're all guilty of it, me included. There's some days where we really feel so stressed out. Nothing is a joking matter. Everything is so serious. And you know what? We're doing ourselves such damage. There is so much beauty out there and so many things to do and so many beautiful people and things that we can engage in and things that we love doing, artistic endeavors. drawing, painting, singing, dancing, listening to music, going for a swim, going for a run, whatever does it for you. But go out and play. Don't take life so seriously. It's far too short for that. And you miss your purpose when you are taking life too seriously. All right. And the last one for this deck, please. What else? Magic. All right, this is very interesting. This card tells us about our own magic. It tells us about our own power. All right, and it also says that sometimes we misdirect that. So we need to know that we are powerful beings. We all have the ability to manifest. We have the ability to create the world around us and for our consciousness to reflect in our physical reality. You literally have the ability to do that. So this is a reminder that you can manifest positively or you can manifest negatively. You can create havoc for somebody in their lives or in your own life, maybe sometimes unknowingly, or you can create something beautiful, okay? And here we have creation again. Just a reminder that that was the first card that came up. You are a creator. You have the ability to create. We live in a creative environment. We are surrounded by creation. And this is about what are you going to create? What are you going to use your magic for? The ability that your consciousness can create your reality. The fact that you can manifest, the fact that you have internal power that you can harness from the earth and from yourself. We're the only creatures where we actually know how to use our beating heart, our energy source, to create more energy. And we can do it consciously and we can direct that energy, and we're just sitting on it. All right, we need to know that. We need to know that we are empowered. And I want to talk about something that I say to a lot of clients. It's very important to realize that you are powerful, but it's very important to realize how to use this magic that you have, all right, and to use it with integrity. If you know the story of Morgan Le Fay, she was often painted as a very negative character, but she was also the one that was left at the end of the story looking after Arthur in Avalon and healing him. All right, so she had positive and negative attributes, and it was how she used it, how she harnessed this magic that she had that had the outcome. But she had the ability to both do good and do bad, and we all have that ability. So what are you going to use your magic for? Are you going to use it to manifest something for yourself, or are you going to use it to send somebody so much negativity that you make their life a living hell? You know, this is what people do. I see it every day. And what happens, that whatever we give off, whatever energy you give off, you attract like energy. That ball bounces back every time. And then we wonder why we're having what we term bad luck or having a really bad time in life. Because all we've done is look around, envying other people, wishing ill upon other people, and not focusing on ourselves, not saying, well, you know what, why can I not change the energy and be happy for that person? Let me be happy for them, because when I'm resonating with that energy, I'm going to attract it myself. Just like people who are jealous of other people's relationships, if you can change that around and you can say, I'm happy for that person, I want that for them, that is sending out the message that you want that for yourself as well. All right, so be very, very careful of how you direct your energy. Be careful of where your thoughts are. Know that we are manifestors, and we can manifest negatively very much as easily as we can manifest positively, and that is something you need to be mindful of. You can make magic, but if you do it with integrity, that is when your life really goes well. All right, let's get to our gents, our gods and titans. What is the first message we need from here, please? Whoops, we got two. I think I'm going to take both. Let's get our third as well. Oh, we've got three. We've got three. I'm going to use them. Wow, we've got some hectic guys here, but this is actually very interesting, and I'm going to read from the books because, like I say, I don't use this deck very much. But we have Hades, the god of the underworld in your Greek mythology. Okay, Hades is brother of Zeus, and he is the god of the underworld. This is about death, and death brings rebirth as well. Please don't forget. All right, if you know anything about your Greek mythology as well, you'll know that Osiris or Osiris died only to be reborn. Okay, and this is what death brings. Death always brings some kind of rebirth, and we are at the death of an era here, like I was talking about, the death of an age. The cycle is closing, and this is symbolic death of 2020. Okay, and I'm sure a lot of us are not really upset about that because we haven't had the greatest time. We've also been surrounded by physical deaths around us, all of these kind of things, but in some way they bring a rebirth. Certain things, happen for a reason. Certain souls come here for a reason, and they are very aware that their actions or them partaking in certain things has a bigger picture, has a bigger purpose. And I think that if we didn't go through some of the things we went through this year as well, we wouldn't have certain awakenings. We wouldn't feel so strongly about certain things that we feel we need to take action with. So sometimes death is very necessary in order for us to have this rebirth. And also, death of old belief systems, death of old structures that we're fighting against, death of old versions of ourselves, old versions of this world, old versions of politics, and all of these things that we are trying to put an end to. So Hades is very relevant here. Let's see what the book says about him. Come on. How am I missing it? Here we go. Death is not always a negative thing. Everything has a season, and this is what Gaia told us as well, hey? Leave behind what you no longer need. This is what he says to you. Should Hades come forth in your life, this does not normally signify a physical death. An ending or a leaving behind is more likely, and this is not always a negative thing. Everything has a lifespan, in particular ideas, beliefs, and fears that have passed their expiration date. Sometimes, in order for growth to occur, death must too. Prepare to let go of ideas, aspects of your personality, or even a specific phase of a relationship to make place for new ones. Okay. There is a shadow side to this, which I'm going to read. Hades was impetuous, impatient, and let's face it, not exactly honest all of the time. If we recognize these qualities in ourselves and seek to understand why we act the way we do, we will be better able to accept and make room for new and healthier aspects. Scrupulous honesty is required for a start. While this darker face of ourselves may not be appealing to us and we may be tempted to take it underground, the only way to truly change is to make it visible, at least to ourselves. By recognizing our shadow aspects, we can make changes that allow some of these aspects to transform or simply die away. What a beautiful message, and how appropriate. Okay, our next one here is the Jaded Emperor, and he's about organization. I feel organization is very important right now, and some of us are not the biggest organizers, myself included sometimes, but I feel as if we need to get some balance, we need to get some structure, we need to get some focus. Do you see the balance in this picture? Do you see how focused he is? He is like, we need to have a strategy. We need to go into this new year with a plan. We're not floating around anymore, just letting the wind take us wherever, letting people tell us what to do, being dictated to all the time, just saying, oh, well, whatever, I'll just go wherever the wind blows, and then realizing that we're not happy where we are. All right, this is what this card says to us. This is what it says to me today anyway. I feel like this is also a reminder that, again, we are able to bring stability into our own lives. We're very quick to say, well, it's so and so's fault, this and that and the next thing. We need to take some kind of ownership here, because to an extent we have allowed things to happen in our lives, in our family structures, in our extended communities. We've allowed things to happen. We need to be honest with ourselves. Maybe like Hades says here as well. Own up to that. Be honest with yourself. Know where you've messed up. Recognize where we as humanity have allowed things to happen. And let's take ownership for that. Let's be honest with ourselves and let's get organized. Let's have a plan. Let's have some structure. Don't go into this year blindly and saying, well, whatever. Have a plan. All right, this is very important. This is also about having a plan with what you truly want to do. Speak your truth about it. Do what you need to do for yourself. All right, if you've neglected that in the past. So let's see what the book says about him. Jade Emperor. Streamlining, reordering, and decluttering will clear the way to a flow of natural, effortless action. Should the Jade Emperor enter your realm, it is time to reorganize, rearrange, and reorder some part of your life. Planning is a key part of getting your desires met. Don't view it as a chore, but as something that is exciting. It leads you to where you most wish to be. Do you need to plan your schedule more effectively? Do you have too many assignments to write, or are your extracurricular activities keeping you too busy and you feel too hectic? If you have a job, it is difficult to find the time to do everything. Can you not decide what path you want to make because too many seem to be clamoring for attention? Writing things out, planning your time, and organizing your thoughts and actions will help, and the Jade Emperor can assist you with this. Having a clear and workable environment enables you to achieve much more in less time as well. Creating some simple systems can increase your flow of positive energies such as prosperity and creativity. Take this opportunity to streamline your life. All right. I'm not going to read the shadow side because I just feel like it's not necessary. Take the time to streamline your life this December. We all have a little bit of time off, maybe, with a bit of luck. But if you do, know that time is of the essence. All right, and then we have Set. Set is the god of chaos. All right, he is Egyptian as well. And I feel as if we need to honor chaos when we see this card. All right, we need to know that sometimes things need to really be turned upside down in order for them to come back into some kind of an order. And I feel that's where we are now. I feel like the end of this age and the going into the Age of Aquarius, we are experiencing the chaos we're experiencing right now because things have to be shaken up. It's like a bottle that you have to shake and see how the sediment settles at the bottom again. All right, we need this chaos because chaos brings order eventually. All right, this is something that needs to happen. We need to show our wrath about certain things that we're not happy about as communities, as people, as individuals. We need this chaos. We need this anger. Sometimes some of us are going through emotional chaos right now. You need to allow this to happen. This is old energy that's pushing its way out so that this renewal can come. Okay, this is the symbolic death. If you're having depression, anxiety, all of this stuff, breathe through it and honor it and say, please, I'm allowing this to move through me. All right, when I do energy sessions for clients, I tell them the same thing. You have to, the only way out is through. If I am doing something for you to initiate this energy moving out that is so old and stagnant, there's only one way for it to get out, and that's to go back through the way it came. All right, and it can be intense, but this is a time of this purging, this chaos, for you to feel. All right, and we don't like to feel. Let's see what the book says. Trust that chaos is part of the process of change. Things sometimes need to fall apart to reform into your desires. Hold your intention. All right, this is why I see this focus with this man as well. He's saying, hold your intention. Stay focused. All right. Should the energies of Set blow in from the desert, know that all is not lost. There is such a thing as necessary chaos. Sometimes things need to fall apart so that they can reform into what we really want. While we are in a chaotic space, mentally or physically, everything seems confusing and hopeless. Yet we need to trust that we are simply in a place of transition. death, okay? Feeling like we create chaos or can't escape someone else's chaos can be tiring and stressful, but out of chaos comes new beginnings. When we feel there's anarchy in our lives, we often find exactly the type of order we need. There is also a yin to the yang, a dark to the light, an east to the west. One is not better than the other, they just are. We must recognize duality in ourselves for maximum spiritual growth. Perhaps you are seeing chaos and not order at present, and this is causing imbalance. As Set has a darker energy, it is worth exploring the emotions of jealousy and unethical competition. Set, in some myths, was prepared to win at any cost, something that is almost always destructive. It's important to accept chaos for its positive outcomes without letting it overcome your life. Okay, so important. These messages are so important, and ironically, he's talking about yin and yang, positive and negative, masculine and feminine, and I was felt to use these two cards here. And here we have the balance. We have the masculine and feminine, the yin and the yang, the night and day. Okay, guys, I hope that that was a helpful message for you. I think that it was vitally important, as usual. And for my last card, as I often do, I'm going to pull a card for you from the Spirit Oracle, just as a last message. Okay, so let's see what Spirit Oracle can tell us today. Sorry, that was a bit of a loud one. I'm going to pick 3 cards because I think that sometimes there are messages for certain individuals that are specifically watching this. I do believe that happens. So let's take 3 cards for messages that need to go out to you guys today. There's the first one. Oh, there are 2. Okay. First one says good news. Good news is coming your way. Something beautiful is about to manifest. Feelings of elation like you're on a cloud. It's time to celebrate all the wonder and beauty in your life. This is what Bast was saying to us as well. Okay? Play, celebrate, see the beauty, enjoy it, embrace it. Alright, the other one is La Natura. How interesting. Natural, nature, natura, okay? Similar to Gaia as well. You will give birth to something new, something beautiful. An idea manifests. The beginning of a new and wondrous journey. Blessings. Alright, this is wonderful because we're talking about the manifestation as well. Something manifests. Alright, remember that you can manifest and use it with integrity. This is what this is saying to us, guys. The days of being backstabbing, jealous, all the negative kind of things is coming to a close. This is not serving us. This is what's brought us into chaos. And we need to realize that, because those who continue with that behavior are going to be separated from those who don't. And that is definitely something that is imminent as well. Okay, last one. Last message for us today, please. I've just looked up at a card from this deck that's been there up on my mirror for a while. And we got it before. It says, can you feel me? It says, your feminine aspect is awaking. Feel the goddess energy inside you. She seeks acknowledgement and validation. New and wonderful things are coming into your life. Wake up and celebrate. Alright, I just felt as if this one was complaining because it's not in the deck. Sometimes the deck doesn't push out one card either because it's missing a piece. What is our last message today, please? Oh, we've got 2 more. Okay, let's do it. Reflection. Reflect upon and bless all the wondrous times in your life. Give thanks for the many blessings you receive each day. You can connect energetically to those you love. Simply feel them inside your heart. Life is beautiful. We're really getting very positive messages today. Ancient knowledge. There is a flame inside your heart, a light that stems from the dawn of time. Ancient love and ancient knowledge are being rekindled. Close your eyes and feel the love inside you. Allow it to flow into your life and watch all transform to light. That's very interesting and definitely goes with what we were talking about today. Alright guys, that is our reading for the week. Maybe I'll do some more later this week and see where we are. But otherwise, I wish you all a beautiful week ahead and a beautiful December. Be safe and take care. Bye for now.